Hey everyone, welcome to the AllBrands show. I'm Barbara from AllBrands.com, a family-owned and operated business since 1976, and I'm so excited to have our wonderful friend, amazing woman that I have a lot of respect for, Rhonda Sigrist from A Stitch in Time Designs. Hey Rhonda.
Hi, you're so sweet, Barbara. I'm glad to
we
be here today.
yes, we have a fun project that we're going to show everyone today. Rhonda, you want to tell us a little bit about it?
Yeah, we're going to be stitching this, well, not all of it, but some of it on video, speed it up, so won't take as much time. But we're going to stitch that triple panel. All I need is some vitamin C mini quilt. They fit in a 6x10 hoop, and we're going to show you really quickly how easy those are to stitch up.
All right, we're going to play a short video and we'll be right back. Oh my gosh, I'm so excited. Rhonda! And it was so great to see you at Original Sewing and Quilting Expo a few weeks ago. That was so much fun.
I had a blast there, and I think it should have been a few days longer, honestly. And I came home with that. Let me see what side that's on, that cool new Juki serger that your dad helped me pick out. I love it. I've been playing with that for a couple of weeks.
I love it too. So we had a classroom full of Juki serger machines. They're air threading, and it
Mhm.
has a little digital display on it that shows you exactly what stitch to use. So I'm so happy for you because that's a really good serger that you got.
It is. I've been watching videos.
Yeah. So, everybody, if you have any questions along the way, go ahead and ask us. Also, if you want to be eligible for our giveaway, we're going to do a $25 allbrands.com e-gift card at the end of this video. All you have to do is comment hashtag allbrands. So, yes, I absolutely love your project. It's so super cute.
It is cute. I grabbed it off of the table so you guys can see it up close. It's a triple panel. Who doesn't want to go to the beach, right?
I'm
And
ready.
it is done in Mylar. Let me grab one that I can show you guys up close. I don't know if some of you probably have stitched some of our mini quilts that use Mylar, but it gives it this nice little shine. See all that shimmer in that seahorse right there? And it's great. And Mylar can be used with designs that were digitized specifically for it. It has like an open fill that you can see through. So all that sparkly Mylar shows through, and it makes the project so fun. And we have a lot of mini quilts that utilize that type of design. So we have some for every holiday, every season. We have some ones for fun. You can see some of them behind us, but at the end of this live, if we have some time, I will be happy to show you guys some more of them.
Oh, that's wonderful. Okay, so if anybody is interested in purchasing these designs, there is a link in the description of this video, and it will bring you to a page where it has another link and a coupon code where you can purchase this design. And the coupon code is only valid, I believe, for 1 week.
Till the 31st, till May 31st.
Oh, wonderful. Okay, so go ahead and take advantage of that special on the design, and any other accessory that you see in this video we'll have listed on the page underneath. And Rhonda is going to be sewing, embroidering on a Brother embroidery machine today. So we love Brother.
Yes, we do. They're
Yeah.
so easy to use. And we're also going to show we use the Brother Scan and Cut to cut the applique pieces because this has white fabric underneath the Mylar, so they're applique pieces, and we use the Brothers Scan and Cut DX model to cut out those pieces, and it's just so easy to use. That
So I will bring up the video so that we can get started.
wonderful. I like simple, and it is really great. So
All right, Rhonda, can you see the video starting? Aw. Looks like we're having a little bit of possible technical difficulty here. So Rhonda includes the SVG files in her designs, and she's basically putting it in the scan and cut and cutting out a template very easily on her scan and cut mat here. She's just going to pull it off very shortly. Looks like she's using the standard blade with the fabric. And here, I'm going to bring Rhonda back in. Rhonda, can you hear me?
I can. I have no idea what happened. Our internet just went out for a minute.
Oh, no worries. I started playing the video. So I'll bring you full screen so that you can begin explaining.
Okay, good. Hopefully that won't happen again. Good thing it came right back up. All right. Sorry about that, guys. Yeah, I wanted to show you real quick that we're using a 6x10 hoop with medium weight cutaway stabilizer in there. And we're using Mylar, which comes in, I think Barbara has a link to that also. You can get it in rolls or sheets. It is iridescent Mylar, and it is see-through like that. And when it's done, when it's used in embroidery underneath a design, it really reflects all of the colors in the thread. So I call it like a cheat applique. The applique piece is entirely under here. It's one big, let me turn on my lights real quick. I forgot about that. It is one solid piece of white fabric, and then you put this over, and it kind of reflects all the thread colors. So it really makes it so shiny.
Well, we definitely love the Mylar. We're waiting for Rhonda to come back in. Guys, let me know if you have any questions so far. Yes, we love the scan and cut too. If you guys haven't followed Courtney Douthat's channel, it's AllBrands After Hours. And those premiere first on YouTube every weekend if you want to learn more about the scan and cut. Oh my gosh, Jeanette says, glad to be here even on my phone as I barbecue and cook. So I know you're all so super busy, like doing fun summer stuff. Some of you may be spring cleaning right now, actually, too. And I have a fun announcement while we're waiting for Rhonda to come back. So it's spring. I'm wanting to refresh my sewing room. Which I love this background here. There's nothing wrong with it. But, oh, hey, Reen. Yes, we do love Rhonda's Mylar design. So cute. So I'm actually moving my sewing studio. So next Thursday, we will see a brand new studio. And I am going for a French cottagecore, which is like this new theme that's kind of cool. It's like it's cottage chic look, and I have purple doors in my room, and I'm doing a lot of cleaning. Oh, thank you, Kathy. I'm so super excited about the reveal, and I hope it inspires you guys to, go through your sewing room and refresh it, because I did a lot of research on colors, and the color purple is insights creativity. So that's why I picked purple. And then yellow, which is actually Rhonda's favorite color, I learned today, is going to be the pops of color. Yeah, so next Thursday, we are going to be going live from the new studio. So yes, I'm super excited. It's going to have a little bit of antiques and some of my grandmother's and my mother's items in the room that I'm so excited about. So yeah, so that's to come. It's going to be like lavender, eucalyptus, sage, fun stuff. So also, little teaser, and I know Courtney put this out there, but we've been getting a lot of requests from people who have attended our universities in the past. So we had Bayou Embroidery University, Lone Star Embroidery University. And so we are planning something. It's going to be August 25th and 26th. Something big in our San Antonio store. We're going to have 4 or 5 breakout classrooms. We already have 5 headliners. It's top secret. I can't tell you, but I know you know one of them very well. And we're going to be doing classes, and it's the week after Brother puts out their new products for the year. So it's going to be really exciting, because we're going to have the new products there to show you at this San Antonio event that has not been released yet. But we will have tiered pricing. So if you sign up early, you get a lower price. And then the next month it goes up a little bit. And the next month it goes up a little bit. So it looks like Rhonda's back. Hey, Rhonda, are you with us?
I am, and believe it or not, in the few years that I've been doing lives and online classes, this is the first time we've had internet issues doing
Oh,
this.
it's okay.
I know.
It happens to the best of us.
Well, I better hurry up and get through this then, right?
All right. Yeah, here we go.
Okay, so we used a product to do our appliques called Madeira Applique Magic, but it is available, the same type of product, in a lot of other brands. Barbara and I were discussing that earlier. It is fusible on one side. The other side has a paper that peels away to reveal a tacky side to it. So all you have to do is fuse your fabric right side up to one side of it, and then just put this down on your scan and cut mat or whatever. I put the paper side down and cut it out, and it comes out like this. So here's our little seahorse. And when we start stitching this out, you'll see a part where it actually stitches an outline for where this goes. So you'll be able to place it right inside of that outline. You'll see me just peel off this paper on the back of it, and it's sticky on the back, so it'll go right in there like that, and you'll have that. So the other thing that we had to do ahead of time was make the little tab that goes on the top of the mini quilt right here. It's just a 3.5 by 6 inch piece of cotton fabric with a 1/2 inch folded on each side, and then you fold it in half and iron it, and just put that aside for your mini quilt. Like I said, the instructions have all of the pieces that you need. You need the white fabric and the mylar for whatever the applique is, the tab. You need a piece of warm and natural batting or whatever your batting is of choice. And you'll need 2 pieces of fabric for your background. I love this grunge fabric. I know AllBrands has this because I have purchased lots of it over there in the past. It makes a great background that gives an interesting look to it, yet it doesn't overpower the design in front of it. So I like to use that grunge fabric like that. So I think we can go ahead and start that video. Again, Barbara, I know you probably started it a few times.
Here we go. All right. Would you like to restart from the scan and cut?
I'll leave that up to you.
Okay. Well, we went through it. You cut out the template of the seahorse that was that paper?
It was the white fabric. It's the white fabric that I fused to the applique magic.
Okay, perfect. So I'll just start it from when you put the hoop onto the machine.
Okay.
All right, so here we go. Let's
Cross
see.
your fingers and hope I don't get lost again.
Yeah, okay. So I'm gonna start playing it now, and here we go.
Okay, so we're just stitching right onto the medium weight cutaway stabilizer. It's stitching a placement line for the batting, for that 6x10 piece of warm and natural batting that we put in there. And parts of this video are going to go really, really fast, you guys. So it gets us through the actual time on the machine was like 42 minutes. And I knew we would be pushing it to get that all done in an hour. So I just recorded everything and sped up the stitching parts. My machine, my dream machine, does not go as fast as it's going to show. But the parts that we needed to really show you guys, we have, at regular speed. So anyway, now you just take the hoop off, don't unhoop anything, and you're going to lay that 6x10 piece of batting in there. Just it fits right inside of that stitching line. And then you're going to take one of the larger pieces of fabric, and we're going to place it right side up. And notice I said it's easier if you take the hoop to a table. I was trying to do it on camera right there. The things we do to get on camera, huh, Barbara?
Yes.
To get it on there. So it's right side up. You just lay it over. I like to starch and iron all my pieces when I'm doing an in the hoop project. It keeps it nice and flat. Um, you can also tape, the top and bottom to make sure it stays in place, but you don't have to because you have a nice starched, stiff finish to it. And now it's going to stitch that fabric and that batting in place. And I am using a darker color here, pretty much so you guys can see it on camera. You don't have to use a darker color like that. I do suggest using a color that you can see, because if you notice when it gets to the top, it's going to stitch two little tiny, just a little bit of a vertical stitch up there. Those are the placement lines for that little tab that I showed you a little while ago that we folded the edges in and then folded in half, the little hanger piece. So that's what those are for. Oh, thanks, Pamela. These are so fun, and you just need to get a hanging, one of those Ackfeld mini quilt hangers, and you can swap them in and out for holidays and special occasions and just for fun, anything like that.
We actually sell those on our website. So if you click the link in the description of this video, you'll see the Ackfeld hangers.
I love them. So now I'm stitching the quilting in the background. And most of our mini quilts have a quilting pattern that Jonathan made up that sort of goes with the theme of the mini quilt. So in this one, he has little waves in the background since it's a beach theme. Some of them have stippling, but a lot of them, he got really creative with it and tried to make the quilting in the background match whatever theme we were going with right there.
He is so talented.
He is very talented. I wish I just had just a tiny bit of that. Yeah, but he's grown up, he was 6 years old when I started my embroidery business, and he's 30 now. So he kind of grew up in it also, in the midst of all this stuff.
Renee says, "Ooh, I love watching this stitch. It was quite relaxing."
Don't you wish our machines went that fast, Renee? So now it's going to stitch, and I'm going to use a darker thread so you can see it really well here too. It's going to stitch that placement line for the little seahorse fabric. So you'll know exactly where it goes. Now we include the SVG files with all of our mini quilts. And if you cut it on a Brother Scanning Cut, I know that it will fit exactly in that little placement line right there. So now all we have to do is remove the hoop again. And again, I'm going to try to do it in, where it's not too convenient. But if you take it and bring it to the table, it works really, really well. So we're going to peel off that paper backing, and it leaves a sticky side. I love this type of product, and I know a lot of different companies probably carry the same thing or something similar, but it's tacky. So you can stick it right in place, and it's not permanent yet. It's repositional. So if you don't get it right where you want it, um, you can pull it back up and get it right inside those lines also. Now, if you don't have a cutter, of course you can get one from AllBrands, but if you don't have a scan and cut or another cutter, the instructions that come with this design also show you how to do it, where you're going to put a, a rectangle shaped piece of fabric down and just trim it after. The instructions include both ways. So now I'm just putting that piece of Mylar over there, and you want to kind of stretch it out and make sure there's no wrinkles in it or anything. Stretch it out as much as you can and take the four corners. I love seahorses too, Nelda.
Nilda says they are nurturing fathers. Yes.
I think they are. Jonathan could probably come in here and tell us all sorts of things about seahorses, but
The Mylar looks very like the sea colors, the iridescence of the like pearl. It looks like pearl.
yeah, it really reflects the thread beautifully, no matter what color you put on it. And I can tell you a secret that Rena and I learned when we were doing classes with these. If you put a darker color fabric underneath, if you don't use white, a lot of times it will make everything look green. Not sure why. The Mylar really kind of changed the color of some things. We had a Christmas class where a lot of people had green reindeers because they had put brown fabric instead of the white underneath it. And it's just something about the reflection of the Mylar. So make sure you use really light or white fabric underneath it.
Pamela says, anything beaches for me. And for you guys who are asking questions, I'm saving them till the end, so I'm not forgetting you, but we're going to compile them all at the very end and then do a big Q&A and show and tell with Rhonda.
So now we're just stitching out the little seahorse. And if you'll notice, if you guys been embroidering for any length of time, you know that there is a fill stitch that you can't see anything through. That's a Tommy fill stitch. And then we do a stitch for this type of design, which you can see through. It's less dense and more of an open weave, and there's no underlay underneath it. So you're not going to see any little threads underneath it or anything. It's just pretty and open, and you can see the Mylar right through it.
I am loving purple these days. It's my new favorite color.
Oh, that's my mom's favorite color. So this is just the cutest little seahorse.
I agree.
It really is. Of course, I love the mermaid too, and I stitched her out with pink hair. But it really doesn't take that long, especially when your machine is sped up like that, right?
Yeah. Here, I do have one question. Someone was asking about the sticky stuff that you used to apply the applique.
Yeah, I'm using the Madeira Applique Magic is what it's called. I know Floriani makes one also that is called Select Applique Stick. But and Barbara may know of some other ones who have the same thing, but it is fusible on one side, and then the other side is sticky with the paper over it. So we're not stitching over the paper, we're peeling that off. We just fuse the fabric to this, and because I fused the white fabric, it's kind of hard to tell. It does kind of look like paper, right? But the paper side is here, the fabric side is here once it's fused, and you just cut the shape out, and then you'll peel the paper side off, and it's sticky on the back. So you can just stick your applique fabric right where it goes, not have to worry about it moving while it's stitching or anything. So now that the seahorse is stitched, we can just pull away the excess Mylar like that. And this is done a little bit differently if you don't pre-cut your applique fabric, but like I said, it is in the instructions, and you'll be able to do it with no problems, even if you don't have a cutter. But I have to say that Scan and Cut was so easy to learn to use. And if you're a little intimidated at it at all, Courtney from AllBrands has some wonderful, she's got a lot of videos out now.
She is amazing. I'm
She
so like,
loves everything Scan and Cut. So go watch Courtney's videos. I need to watch more of those videos.
she's amazing. She's actually the one that is moving me to the new studio, and I'm so super excited to be unveiling that next week. But for anybody who's wondering, if you want to purchase this design from Rhonda, you can click the link in the description of this video. It will say shop product, and there is a coupon code that you can use until the end of May 2023 is the year. Yeah, and we also have Mylar listed there. We have the applique materials that you can use, and other items that we see Rhonda using in her studio, like the Kai scissors I saw you were using.
Oh, yes. In fact, I picked up my first pair of Kai scissors, I think at your Baton Rouge store when I was there with Reem for a class. And she said, "Oh, you have to try these scissors." I haven't used anything since. So they are wonderful scissors. I use the small ones. I use the little curved scissors that they have on their website for trimming applique. I find these easier than using duckbill scissors to trim
Oh,
applique.
wonderful. And I see in the background that you have the daylight slim light lamps. I love those.
I have 6 of them. I love them so much.
I
I
have
have
two.
them. Yeah, I have them over every machine in here, and over there where I use my Scan and Cut, and over the area that I iron with, because they provide the most perfect light, and I never have to worry if the lighting in my room has changed the way the thread color looks.
I have one. I'm going to show it to you guys real quick while we're waiting for the design to stitch out, because it's amazing. I actually have it in silver, and for a limited time, they had it in rose gold. And I'm still moving everything, but this is it. And it has like it clamps on the side of the table like this. And then this little part is, you can swivel it. Should I pause it? I'm sorry.
Yeah, you can pause it while we're looking.
Swivel it, and you can even like remove it for storage.
Mhm.
It's a wonderful lamp. Okay, sorry to interrupt.
I totally agree.
All right, should I go ahead in the video now, Rhonda?
Yeah, you have a lamp question. Did you want to answer the?
Oh, let's see.
I do have one with a stand, Ivy. I have one with a stand, and I have ones that clip on the table, so you can get a stand.
Yeah, it's configurable and like on our website. It has different versions, but it's a great lamp.
It is. Okay, so now we are getting that little tab ready. Now that all of the design is stitched out, we're going to take that little tab. Remember, we folded it in half, so it's shorter now. We're going to use a pen and mark 1 inch up from the folded end of that little tab so that we know exactly where it needs to go. You can use chalk or one of the water-soluble pens. And those 2 little tiny vertical stitches, I'm just marking them bigger right now so that you guys can see them better on this video. And we're going to center that tab right across that top line with the line we just drew, even with that top rectangle stitching that went. So now we have it right in the perfect place. The folded edge is inside. And we're going to tape that in place because we don't want that to move. If that gets stitched on crooked, then it's going to hang on your little Ackfeld hanger crooked. So we want to make sure that's straight. Now we're just going to put it back on the machine and stitch that in place to make sure it stays in place before we put the back on.
This is a fun color fabric too. I love this. You mentioned that Molly makes kits for these. I
She
think.
does make kits. If anybody shops at Molly Made Design, she makes kits for all of our mini quilts where she cuts the fabric for you, and it includes the mylar, uh, the batting, the fabric. I have one of her kits here. I'll show you guys later. And she sells the kit. So all you need is thread and stabilizer once you get the kits. The tape that I'm using there is the 3M Transport tape. It's actually a medical tape, but I use it for embroidery too, thanks to Reen. Okay, so now we're going to take our last piece of fabric and turn it right side down because that's going to be the back side. And we're going to tape that in place. And we're going to put it on, and it is going to stitch everything together, and it's going to leave an opening at the top right behind the tab for us to turn this right side out. It doesn't even look like the needles. It looks weird when you speed up the video like that, huh?
It's so nice. I love in the hoop designs because you don't have to go back and forth between embroidery and sewing and changing the feet, and it just does everything all in one.
Well, you know what I like about it the best, Barbara, especially if you don't like to sew, is that everything comes out exactly the same. So if you want to make a dozen or two, they're all going to be identical. No sewing mistakes. So now I have T-pins in the edge of my stabilizer to help hold that stabilizer nice and tight in the hoop. But we're going to take everything out, and we're going to trim away the excess stabilizer on the back. Remember, the batting is already inside of that little rectangle stitch. So you don't have to trim that away. But if you trim the stabilizer away, it makes the edges of the mini quilt less bulky. They're going to iron nice and flat. So we just trim that away. Look how those Kai scissors just glide through that stuff. Just be careful that you don't actually glide through the last stitching when you do that. And so now we're just going to trim away the excess fabric, but we want to leave the fabric longer at the opening so that we have enough fabric to tuck inside and iron or stitch close. So we're going to just leave about 1/4 of an inch of fabric all the way around.
I love those 8-inch Kai scissors.
Me too.
They're wonderful. If you guys are interested in learning more about those, there's a link in the description of this video. And it says the best in the title of the series of the scissors because they really are the best.
And just so you know, they come in left-handed too for lefties like me.
I didn't know you were left-handed.
Yes.
Wow, that's wonderful. That's why you're so unique and creative.
I love that they come in left-handed because it's hard for me to use right-handed scissors. So see how nice and big that opening is right there? So it makes it pretty easy to turn. It's right behind the tab. So you're not going to be able to see where it closed up when you're all done like that. You can stick your whole hand in there, so that makes it really easy. But I have this little tool, and I'm pretty sure I saw those at AllBrands too. It's called the RNK turning tool. It has flat sides, so it won't roll off of your desk. And you can poke out the corners with it. It has this nice little ball on the end, so it doesn't go through your stitching. And it helps to get the corners really squared off and nice and neat. So now all we really have left to do is iron this thing. So you tuck all the little fabric in the back. You can hand stitch that, or you can just grab some fusible tape on a little roll and stick a piece in there. Just cut off a piece that will fit. Stick it right in there. I think I was going to get a piece right there. Put that in there and close it up, and you don't even have to hand stitch it, and it's not going to show at all. So you just iron it, and that's it. You're all done. You can iron, because I used to get that question a lot. You can iron over that Mylar as long as there's thread on top of it. Don't try to iron just Mylar. It will probably melt, I would assume. I haven't tried it, but it says don't iron. So that's it. So now we have the first panel made, and we would just make the one with the little mermaid and the other one. And you'll have a nice little mini quilt set like that. And here are some of them. We actually have 37 mini quilts on our website right now because we have a few for each holiday during the year, except Mardi Gras. We haven't done a Mardi Gras one yet, but we'll get to that. And we have all four seasons. We have some special occasion ones. We can look at all of that. And I can show you guys the Molly made mini quilt too, for kits like that.
Oh, wonderful. Oh my gosh. Thank you for showing that. And for those of you who are just tuning in, if you're interested in this design, we have a special for you now from now through the end of May. And the coupon code is in the shop product link in the description of this video. So hop on over there and get that affiliate link so you support Rhonda and AllBrands. And then all of the products that she uses are underneath as well. So
Hey, Julie from New Orleans, I know who you are. So this is what a Molly made kit looks like. And Molly chose different. This is one of our Easter mini quilts. So the thing I really like about the mini quilts is we taught, like I said, Rena and I did classes for these mini quilt designs all during COVID when no one could go to class. And they all look different. You can take two of them and make them look completely different. I'm trying to find one. Here's our one of our Valentine's Day one. And just by using different fabrics, you can make it look completely different. So I kind of like that, you know. Everybody gets to be creative. It was always fun to see what everyone was doing in the mini quilt classes.
oh, they're so super cute. I know you have a stack of show and tell. Should we do that before we get to the questions?
Well, we can do it at the same time if you want. Like I
Okay.
can just hold up some of
Sure.
the quilts. So you
Okay.
just saw that, but you guys, I can see your questions. So
Okay. Well, I have some saved from the very beginning.
oh, you
So
do? Okay. I
yeah.
can answer questions while we're doing. I can multitask some days.
Oh, okay. Well, Rochelle asks if you have a 6x10, will your designs work?
Yes, these fit in the Brother Baby Lock. Who else? Somebody else has 6x10 hoops, I'm sure. If you look on our website, what we do, because I know a lot of people have different machines. We actually list, of course, this is on the instructions, but it's also on the website too. We actually list the exact design size instead of the hoop size. So if you have a different brand, you can see if your sewing field will accept that. So see, we have design size on there. So we do that with all of our um, designs like that. So this is Happy New Year. We have two. This one has the celebration champagne, and this one has the countdown clock on it. Now this one is done with Mylar, but this one we actually put heat transfer vinyl underneath, and it's hard to see on here. Let me see if I
Glitter.
can turn one of these lamps on, and then it'll probably catch the sparkle there. Let's see. Will it catch it? Yeah. Can you see that in the middle?
Yes, that is super cute.
This is heat transfer vinyl, the glitter heat transfer vinyl. We put underneath this one. So that works too. Just make sure you peel off that plastic, that plastic coating on it, because you don't want to stitch over that either. But I don't
Oh.
know. This one works with Mylar or heat transfer vinyl.
Oh, is that a clear material on top of it, or is it just shiny?
It's just shiny like that. I think, yeah,
Oh,
this one was done with the heat transfer vinyl too, the glitter heat transfer vinyl. So it made it super shiny.
I love the stitching. It makes it look like it's shining.
Yeah, it does. I like all of these. Now, this one, Jonathan did what's called a vermicelli stitch on top. Can you guys see that?
Beautiful.
Yeah, he likes doing those stitches. It's all manually done by hand. in there, but it stitches over a fabric, so it gives it kind of a different look to it, a different definition. It's not, the stitching is not tight enough to use mylar underneath. I found that the mylar didn't work well under this one, but we didn't want to use mylar under there. I wanted to use something different, and just so I used satin fabric under that. And that's hard to see on here, but it's really pretty in person. And on this one, we used heat transfer vinyl underneath it also. Look how sparkly that one came out.
Oh, that's fun. That's fun.
So you can really experiment with these mini quilts with whatever fabrics you have. You'll see most of the time I have what we call grunge fabric behind it because it has just interesting kind of like blotches of color here and there. And it lets you really see the design really well. This is our little St. Patrick's Day gnome there. Let the shenanigans begin. Easter, we have two Easter ones. This one also has the vermicelli stitching on top. So we also use satin fabric on this one. And then we have another one just like this where we did it with the heat transfer vinyl also. Christmas ornaments. Oh, hi. Arvis from Ponchatoula, which isn't that far from me either. So this is the Easter one that Molly did that kit for. This is one of our newer ones. We did this one for Mother's Day, and I absolutely love this fabric up there. So Mother's Day, we did a mom and a grandma one. And that, home is where mom is. Memorial Day is coming up, and if you look, let me see, over there, right there, you'll see this one. Remember and honor. I did this one with a printed fabric in the back because the soldier is just a silhouette right there, so I could get away with a nice printed fabric back there. And Father's Day, we have Dad and Grandpa also. Can't leave out the grandpas, right? I guess we need to do another 4th of July because this is the 4th of July, and I don't think I have a second one. If I do, I forgot. If Rena's in here, she might remember. But we might need to do another one like that. We do add to our mini quilts. We try to do one a month to keep adding to it because everybody is sending us ideas all the time for new mini quilts. I get emails all the time for, can you do this and that? So we have a nice little list of mini quilt designs to do. We have Halloween coming up. This one is kind of a mixture of, this is just black fabric with nothing on top of it. It's a regular applique, but the windows and the sun, moon have mylar underneath it to make them shiny. This one, I think I used orange mylar underneath because I actually have a lot of mylar that's in color also. But you can use white fabric and regular mylar under there too. We have 2 Thanksgivings. We're almost to the end of the year here with all this stuff. Christmas, we have Oh Holy Night. And this one, I tried something new with where, and I'll post about that in my group or on my Facebook, how I got this to look raised like that. It was a whole other thing, but it's nice and stiff and pretty. Christmas, we have lots of Christmas. So we have that. We have the little reindeer. This was the little guy that a lot of people had a green reindeer because they tried the beige fabric underneath it. The Christmas tree, I have heat transfer vinyl under that too. Green heat transfer vinyl. So I encourage you guys to take these things and play with them and, be creative and try different things underneath them. We do that while we're creating them, just because it's fun and you never know how it's going to look and what's going to work right. So these are our spring ones for spring. Be kind and love grows here. Summer, we just have one for summer, but it's Hello Summer. And see how different these look? I have really bright colors on one and pale colors on the other, but I think they're both really cute. We have a fall, 2 falls actually. Happy fall, y'all, and just a welcome gnome. And white doesn't always show up so great on these cameras, but we used fur right there. We used a fuzzy, anybody know the name of this? It's fuzzy and it's thin, so maybe fuzzy felt. I think I used on that to give his beard a little bit of interest there. Jonathan did like a feather pattern. Can you guys see the feather pattern on the stitching that covers the mylar on this one?
So cool. I love it.
He did that by hand too. I don't know how.
Wow.
It's all just running stitches that Jonathan sat there and drew. Here's our winter one, the snowman. This was Reem's idea when we first started. She loves snowmen. We have coffee and tea, so for either one, if you have like a little coffee bar, you can hang it up, and tea where you have that set up at. Look at this cute fabric I found for the back of my coffee. Isn't that cute? So you can make the back sides interesting too. They don't have to be plain. We have wedding or anniversary. You can use this one for either one. And this comes blank at the bottom, so you can add whatever information you want at the bottom with lettering built in your machine, or if you have software that does lettering, you can add it. So you can give, I always thought that these mini quilts would make a great wedding gift. Like you could give them this for a wedding gift with the stand, and then for every holiday, you can give them another one. So it's kind of like the gift that keeps on giving. You have gifts to give them for the rest of the year until they've collected them all and can display them in their own homes. So we have happy birthday. And last, but probably my favorite, is my happy place. So this one I like to keep out in my sewing room. Also did the sewing machine on this one with glitter heat transfer vinyl. So I know that AllBrands has that too.
Yes, yes, Rhonda. Oh my gosh, I'm so inspired, and I love that happy place one. I think that's going to be my next purchase. But
Me
we had some
too. We'll have to send you
questions.
one, Barbara.
I love it. I love it. So here's one
Mhm.
from Anne. It's a really good question. Do you sell your designs on AllBrands, Rhonda? So AllBrands sells equipment and machines and supplies. We're supporting Rhonda, who is a digitizer and creator of designs. So we have a link in the description of this video that's affiliated, and then you have a coupon code that you can use. So that supports AllBrands and Rhonda. And for the stands and the scissors and the mylar and the supplies and the sewing machines and the scan and cuts, AllBrands is here for you there.
Yep, they have all of that stuff. I see somebody noticed that dragonfly is an embroidery design. I saw somebody ask about that. Uh, you need either an 8x12 hoop or a 9.5x14 hoop to do that. The last live that we did with AllBrands, we stitched out that dragonfly, so you can look through the AllBrands um, recordings on YouTube. I guess they would be the easiest place. You have yours?
Yeah. Let me
We
get
brought
it.
it to Barbara after we stitched it out on her live. We brought it to there.
Rhonda is so sweet, and she brought me. It's big, so yours is a little farther away, but I'll
Yeah,
show you. This is it stitched out.
Jonathan brought Barbara all kinds of things.
It's amazing. It, I love it. I love it so much.
The wings on the dragonfly are mylar also, but they're not freestanding lace. The wings are not, so you have to stitch them on the mylar for them to stay together. But the body and tail is freestanding lace, so it does take a little while to stitch out. And once it is all together, it has a 26-inch wingspan, I think it was, and from the head to the tail, I want to say it's 18 inches or something like that. So it's beautiful. It really is.
Bernadette says that is awesome. I agree. Okay, so we're nearing the end. We're going to do a quick Q&A, and then I'll do a giveaway for the folks that have commented #AllBrands after that. So if you haven't yet, go ahead and get that comment in. And I have some questions saved here for you. And Philbeck says, Rhonda, what is your website?
It's a stitchandtimedesigns.com. And I
Yes.
think Barbara probably has it down there below somewhere.
Yes. And allbrands.com is where you get supplies and notions.
All that
For the
information.
designs. Yeah. So Nilda asked, do you make Christmas ornaments?
Yeah, we do have some because we have a lot of little in the hoop felties, which I like because they stitch up quick and easy. And we have a bunch of in the hoop Christmas cookie felties to hang on a tree. So they're made out of felt, and a lot of them use heat transfer vinyl on those too, so that it looks like icing. So you can find Christmas ornaments on our website also.
Okay. Cindy's asking, do you have a YouTube channel, or what social media can they find you on?
You can find us on Facebook, on Instagram, on YouTube, on Pinterest, on MeWe. So that's where we are right now. All of those.
I've never heard of MeWe.
It's similar. It's very similar to Facebook. It's been around not a whole long time. I want to say maybe 4 or 5 years or something like that. But it's very similar to Facebook, just not as busy as Facebook.
Let's see. Oh my gosh, Candace, I want an embroidery machine so badly. Welcome to a new world of fun and creativity.
Yeah, exactly.
Here's one from Cindy. What kind of felt do you use?
You can use craft felt that you find in sheets, but honestly, I like to buy the felt from the Quilt at Joann's, where I can get yards of it. In fact, those cubicles that you see behind me are all full of yardages of felt. So we can make lots of felties. I used to have a wreath hanging up there because that's how my felties got started, and my wreath is hanging up somewhere else. But I love to make wreaths, and I used to make a lot of them, but they really take up a lot of room in storage for you to have a wreath for every holiday. So we made these little felty designs that we glued craft clips on the back of, these little clips like this. And so you could just change them out for every, you can leave your one burlap wreath hanging up and just change out the little felties on it for the different holidays and stuff. So
I love it.
all that too.
We got a question, what's the discount code? So this is the link. And to save 10%, the coupon code is AllBrandsMQ. Paula says, can't wait to make that dragonfly.
Make sure you post it on our Facebook page or in our Facebook group so we can see it when you're done. I've seen some beautiful things. People send me pictures of how they hung their dragonflies and what they're doing with them, and they're just all beautiful.
Here's one from MJ. Does AllBrands carry that pretty mylar? We have a lot to choose from, and we have put it in the link in the description of this video. Here's one. I don't know if this was a question earlier in the video, but she said OASD Aquamesh Plus.
Not sure what that is. That sounds like something maybe you could stitch freestanding lace on, maybe?
Yeah.
Since it has the word water in it. I would assume that might be water soluble.
Yeah. Let's see. Barbara Jones says, okay, so the adhesive that you used on the back of your applique, she's like, is it like a fabric sticker, but repositionable?
Well, I should have done one of these with a different color fabric to make it easier to see, because I put this is just white fabric that I ironed on top of the this stuff, and everything's white, so it's hard to see, but this side is fusible, this side is a peel off paper. You just take your fabric, and in my case I have just white cotton fabric. I'm going to put it on the fusible side and iron it on, so then you end up with a piece like this, and it's kind of stiff because it's fusible. Paper on the back, fabric on the front. You put it on your mat for your scan and cut, load in the SVG design and cut it out, and you end up with this. So this is fabric, this is paper. When you get to the part of the design that stitches out the cutting line, the placement line for the little sea horse, you're just going to peel the paper away from the back side and it's sticky back there. So this is still cotton fabric. This is sticky, and you can stick it right down where it goes. Pull it back up if you didn't get it in exactly the right place and reposition it. Makes it easy.
Wonderful. Bernadette says, I can't wait to try some of these designs. And then Shirley asked about the coupon code. So thank you, Shirley, for asking, because I know it's a little confusing. So the AllBrands MQ is for Rhonda's website, which is linked. There's a hyperlink under the video. It'll say click here. And you use that coupon code on Rhonda's site. But if you purchase anything on AllBrands' site, we have a promotions page. It's the black bar on the top of the page, and when you scroll to the very bottom of the page, we have all of our monthly coupons there. I'm trying to pull it up, and I may just flash it on the screen so that everyone can see it. Here we go. I'm just going to share this real quick so that everyone can see
where all that is.
So this is at the bottom of our promotions page. So you can save, it's like in tiered pricing. So $15 off of a $150 purchase, $10 off of a $100 purchase, and so on, depending on, oh, I didn't share the screen. Hold on. Here it is. All right. It's a little hard to see. Let me see if I can zoom in on it. Can you see that? A little bit better? No? Maybe not. Well, anyway, it's on the top of this page here where it says click here for current specials and promotions. Yeah. That's where you click for our coupons. So
we can see that. Yeah. Yeah. The coupon code on my website is good for all of the mini quilts. And I know that you see they already on sale. It will give you 10% off the sale price. So it's going to mark it down a little bit further.
Terry was wondering if you could show the soldier design again.
Yes, ma'am. Let me see. I have such a big stack here. Yeah, Memorial Day is right around the corner.
It's beautiful.
Yeah, this one was really popular when we released that, I think last year.
Pamela, best show ever.
Thank you. It's always fun to be here with AllBrands.
I agree. We hope to have you again, really, again on the show in the future. So
I'm happy to be here. It was really nice being able to spend time with you guys at AllBrands at the expo too.
Yes, yes. Well, should we do a giveaway?
Of course.
All right. Let me pull up the tab and share it and draw for a winner. 96 entries today. That's wonderful. All right, drum roll, please, everybody. And let's see. Oh, no. That one. No. Thanks, guys, for watching, but you're not eligible to win. So let's do this again. That's the first time that's ever happened. All right, drum roll, please. Let's see who our winner's going to be. Barbara!
Yay, congrats, Barbara. Another Barbara.
Yes, there's a lot of Barbaras. Let's see. Please email me at events@allbrands.com with your name, number, and address, and I'll get you over your $25 allbrands.com e-gift card. Congratulations. Oh my gosh. Thank you, Rhonda, for being on the show today. You're amazing.
Oh, thank you for having me on the show, Barbara. It's always fun, like I said, to come and I see people I know and then make new friends for people who haven't found us yet.
Yeah. Well, hopefully we see you real soon in the future.
Would love that.
Okay. All right, everybody. Bye.
Bye.